Welcome back to Intuos Designs. We're going to be doing a depth map on a coin for a commemorative 250 years for the United States of America in commemoration of 250 years of freedom. So we have a depth map here. We're going to go ahead and get that going. So explain a few things about how depth maps work. The gradient within the depth map, it actually is how the software will interpret slicing and doing layers. So it doesn't just make hard edges, it actually rounds the edges out, so forth and so on. So a couple of things to explain to you. The outside is the outside edge of the coin. The blue circle is the inside edge of the coin. And then, of course, you have the image. You'll notice that I have two layers in the image. One is a cutting layer, and the other one is a cleaning layer. Okay? So it's going to do the cutting first and the cleaning second. So, that way we can have a cut and then we clean it up to see what's going on. So this is on a 100% brass coin. So the settings for this within Lightburn is you have to turn it on the image mode to 3D slice, and you want to set your DPI. I'm doing it at 2048 because I want it to be real crisp and a lot of detail. And then I'm going to start the scan angle at 0 and increment. Every pass is going to increment 15 degrees. So it doesn't burn into a specific area of the coin. So my speed is 1600 millimeters per second. I'm going to go ahead and move this up to 95% of the total laser power. The frequency is going to be at 35. The lower the frequency, the more ablation that you're going to have and more material that'll get removed. My pulse width, Q pulse width, is 200 nanoseconds, which will give me a good timing because these are oscillating lasers. They actually pulse. So this is going to pulse at 200 nanoseconds. And if I go up and pulse at 500 nanoseconds, it's going to send more of the 60 watts of power, or 95% of the 60 watts of power in those pulses. So the longer the pulse takes, the more that the laser charges up and fires all at the same time with more power. So I am going to do a bidirectional scan, and actually I have the cleanup pass right there, and I can actually remove that. I'm going to go ahead and set up the cleanup pass at 2000 millimeters per second. I'm going to move the frequency. Excuse me 1 second. I'm going to say okay right here. I need to look at this. So I stuck it at a frequency of 125 at power 20. So I'll go ahead and cancel that guy. I'm going to go into cleanup. Stick this guy at a frequency of 125. Max power to 200, and I'm going to set my Q pulse width to 100. And I'm going to go ahead and cross hatch it and with a bidirectional fill, and I'm going to still go with a 0.124. Actually, it's 0.0124 to get to 2048. I'm going to start at 0. and I am going to clean it every, I'd say, 4 passes, and I'm going to increment the angle 15% here as well. I'm going to auto rotate and clean the whole image. And then I am going to go back to my 3D slice, and I'm going to go ahead and say, I guess it could take, I don't know, I'll start out with 60 passes. And actually, let's go with 80 passes. Get everything good to go. I'm going to say okay to this, and I'm going to go ahead and not show this layer. And then I'm going to delete it all together. And there we go. So we're going to go ahead over to the fiber cam. And we'll start getting set up. We're going to lay out the coin. I do have to mark the coin for which way is up. You do that with some kind of a marker. I'm using a Sharpie. And some people say it's difficult to get the Sharpie back off, but I don't believe so. So I went ahead and marked it. So when you're done doing brass coins, it's a good thing to utilize Scotch-Brite after you're done to clean up the engraving, or wire brushing and some Scotch-Brite. You don't want to use something that has a lot of abrasion to it. We're going to go ahead and tell it to frame. Oops. Hang on one second. I don't want the outside frame. I only want the inside frame for the blue layer. Oops. So go ahead and frame it out again. Turn this light off for 1 second. Actually looks pretty good. And we'll leave it like that for a second. Let you guys be able to see what's going on here. So hopefully I have everything set up properly to get my have to have the fume extractor in there, sorry. So we'll go ahead and hit the start button. See what happens. This will take quite some time. You can see over here inside the light burn, this is the percentage that is actually running right here. Sorry about that. See if we can't zoom in a little bit more. See if the autofocus will work. No. I don't know what's going on with that focus. Really look like it's doing much. Might have some problems with the focus here. Go ahead and stop it because I think my laser's out of focus. Well, we'll restart it here in a minute. So we have to go to my settings and look up what my laser focus was supposed to be. 325 millimeters. So I now have to measure grab another coin and use it for distance. Second here. I'm just really having some problems today. And these coin cases are a little difficult to open up sometimes. There we go. Put this down on the side over here. And we had to measure 325 millimeters to the bottom of the lens. Oh yeah, we are way. $325. Alright, so now we've got to redo everything. Go ahead, minimize that. We'll go ahead and start the frame again. Turn on the outside so I can see it this time. Go ahead and frame the outside layer. Well, there. I can't do this. We're gonna have I just screwed up all my settings. I'll be back. We're gonna go ahead and close this stream out. I'll start again maybe 30 minutes from now.